President-elect Donald Trump has issued a powerful warning to the BRICS nations, demanding that they provide guarantees to prevent any alternative currency from emerging as a serious competitor to the US dollar. Trump reaffirmed his commitment to preserving the dollar's status as the world's primary reserve currency, emphasizing that countries seeking to challenge its dominance would face severe economic consequences, including the imposition of 100% tariffs. For decades, the US dollar has held an unchallenged position in global trade, serving as the primary currency for international transactions and the world's leading reserve currency. This dominance has granted the United States significant economic advantages, such as the ability to borrow at lower costs and to impose financial sanctions on other countries. However, recent years have seen a growing movement among various countries, especially those within the BRICS alliance, to reduce their reliance on the dollar and develop alternative financial mechanisms for trade. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have been at the forefront of this push. Russia, in particular, has actively supported the creation of a BRICS payment system that would enable member countries to conduct trade using their local currencies, bypassing the US dollar altogether. Trump's stern statement reflects the United States' awareness of the accelerating momentum behind efforts to de-dollarize the global economy. He has expressed concern that such moves could erode the dollar's global standing, potentially destabilizing the US economy. If major economies successfully transition to using other currencies or develop a credible challenger to the dollar, the United States could face serious economic repercussions. These might include reduced demand for US Treasury bonds, higher borrowing costs for the government, and diminished geopolitical influence. A significant move away from the dollar would mark a drastic shift in the international monetary system, undermining America's ability to exert economic power on the global stage. The potential implications of such a transformation would be vast, affecting global trade, finance, and diplomacy in profound ways. As a result, this issue has become a focal point for economists and policymakers who are closely monitoring these developments. The current state of dollarization, particularly among BRICS nations, reflects their increasing efforts to reduce dependence on the US dollar. These countries have been steadily integrating their local currencies into international trade transactions. This movement is driven by a combination of economic and political motivations, including the desire for greater financial autonomy and to shield themselves from the economic pressures exerted by Western sanctions. One notable development occurred in early 2023 when China and Brazil, the two largest economies in the BRICS bloc, agreed to conduct trade between them using their respective currencies, the Chinese yuan, CNY, and the Brazilian real, BRL. This shift away from the US dollar as a mediator in trade transactions is expected to increase trade efficiency by reducing the need for currency conversions and mitigating exchange rate volatility. In 2022, trade between China and Brazil reached approximately $50 billion, with China being Brazil's largest trade partner. By using local currencies, these nations hope to streamline their financial processes and increase their economic independence. Russia and Iran have also made significant strides toward reducing their reliance on the US dollar. In 2023, the two countries began integrating their financial systems, aiming to facilitate bilateral trade without depending on Western financial systems. This includes linking their national payment networks and jointly accepting bank cards. One of the most notable moves in this direction occurred when Iran and Russia connected their banking systems, enabling Iranian banks to access Russian financial institutions and over 100 other banks in 13 additional countries via Russia's financial messaging system, SPFS, which acts as a substitute for the SWIFT system. This integration allows for the issuance of letters of credit, financial transfers, and guarantees without relying on SWIFT, thus reducing the impact of Western sanctions. In July 2024, Iran's central bank announced that it had linked its interbank payment network, ShiTab, with Russia's MIR payment infrastructure. This integration allows MIR cards to be used in Iran, which facilitates transactions for Russian businesses and tourists. Furthermore, By November 2024, Iranian bank cards will be usable in Russia, streamlining payments for Iranian nationals traveling abroad and strengthening commercial ties between the two nations. India and Russia have also embraced local currencies in their economic dealings, particularly in the energy sector. In 2022, following the imposition of Western sanctions on Russia, both countries began using the Indian rupee and the Russian ruble for energy transactions. Russia became India's largest supplier of crude oil in 2023, with a significant portion of those purchases being made in Indian rupees. This arrangement allows both countries to bypass dollar-based financial systems, insulating them from external economic pressures. South Africa, the smallest member of BRICS in terms of economic size, has also been moving toward greater financial autonomy. South Africa's primary trading partner is China, with bilateral trade surpassing $50 billion in 2023. South Africa has started to use the Chinese yuan, CNY, for certain imports, particularly machinery and electronics, which helps reduce its reliance on the US dollar and increase liquidity in African markets. BRICS Pay is a decentralized payment system developed by the BRICS nations to facilitate cross-border transactions using local currencies. The initiative was launched in 2018 by the BRICS Business Council and aims to reduce the bloc's dependence on Western-dominated financial systems, such as SWIFT. By leveraging national payment systems like Russia's MIR network, India's Unified Payment Interface, UPI, and China's Union Pay, BRICS Pay allows for efficient cross-border payments between member countries. The system facilitates transactions in local currencies, streamlining currency conversions and reducing transaction costs. The BRICS Pay platform is built on blockchain technology, which ensures secure and transparent financial transactions. Its architecture combines centralized structures for domestic operations with a decentralized framework for international transactions, allowing for greater flexibility while ensuring compliance with local regulations. This hybrid system enables rapid deployment across different technical and regulatory environments in member countries, offering scalability to accommodate increasing transaction volumes. Interoperability is a key feature of BRICS Pay, facilitating seamless communication between different national payment frameworks. By using distributed ledger technology, DLT, the system enables real-time, peer-to-peer transactions without the need for intermediaries. This reduces transaction costs and ensures efficient settlements. Additionally, the DLT backbone supports smart contracts, which can automate currency conversions and ensure compliance with local regulations. BRICS Pay represents a significant shift in the global financial landscape. By providing a viable alternative to traditional financial systems, the platform aims to reduce the dominance of the US dollar in global transactions and promote a more multipolar financial world order. The system also enhances the financial sovereignty of member countries by giving them greater control over their economic transactions, reducing the influence of external economic pressures and improving overall transaction efficiency. In October 2024, during the 16th BRICS Summit in Kazan, Russia, BRICS Pay was officially introduced as a blockchain-based cross-border payment system. The summit featured demonstrations showcasing the system's capabilities, highlighting its potential as a robust alternative to traditional financial networks. Another significant development within the BRICS nations is the large-scale accumulation of gold reserves. This strategy aims to bolster the financial stability of BRICS countries and reduce their exposure to currency volatility and geopolitical risks. By mid-2024, BRICS countries collectively held around 6,200 tons of gold, representing 21.4% of the global gold reserves. Russia leads the BRICS nations in gold holdings with 2,440 tons, or 8.1% of global reserves, followed closely by China, which holds 2,260 tons, or 7.8% of worldwide reserves. Brazil has made substantial progress in accumulating gold, nearly tripling its reserves from 2018 to 2024, signaling a concerted effort to strengthen its economic defenses. The BRICS nations push to reduce reliance on the US dollar and their efforts to promote local currencies for international trade. along with the development of alternative payment systems like BRICS Pay, represent a direct challenge to the established financial order. These moves highlight the growing desire for economic sovereignty and financial independence from Western-dominated financial systems. In conclusion, the global economic landscape is shifting. With the BRICS nations making significant strides in de-dollarizing their economies, the future of the US dollar's dominance as the world's reserve currency is being increasingly questioned. As these nations develop alternative payment systems and enhance their financial independence, the implications for global trade, finance, and diplomacy could be far-reaching. The BRICS nations' growing economic influence